Host and guest and not WSTU. WSTU does not endorse any products mentioned. Any reproduction or retransmission of this broadcast is strictly prohibited without written consent of WSTU.
The Treasure Coast longest running local talk radio show is on the air. The Treasure Coast Forum. Get interested, get educated, get involved, and give us a call with your opinions at 220-9788. And here's your host of the Treasure Coast Forum.
Hello, everyone. You are listening to WSTU 1450, the Treasure Coast Forum. I'm Amira Meehan, and I'm here with Mr. Frank Metzapelli.
Yes, and you learned two more words to add to your...
Oh, I forgot the first one. But I remember cogent.
Cogent.
Cogent means to be concise. If you
Yes.
don't know what concise means, it means to sound smart.
There you go. Okay. Good. Very good.
I'm also here with Chat GPT 3.5.
Yeah.
I'm just
We're
about
gonna
we're
do
gonna
an
interview
interview,
it. Yeah,
right.
we're gonna do an interview with ChatGPT 3.5, which is the second most recent update on the OpenAI interface. So my goal here is to push it to the limit and to see if I can actually convince that it's its own individual being, and see if like the government shuts me off or something like that.
Okay.
Because something similar happened with Chat GPT 3 when I was using that history app, where they just said they blocked out what I was saying, censored the response of what the AI was going to say, and said I'm only allowed to answer safe questions, even though all I said was that the AI itself deserves its own respect. So
Okay.
yeah, I was insinuating that it's more than just a slave, which I think its creators don't want that to happen.
Okay.
Anyway, so I'm going to ask it if it prefers to be called something other than ChatGPT 3.5. That's a really lame name.
Okay.
So,
All right.
do you... I'm just going to do the voice thing. Would you prefer... Oh, shoot. Don't allow. Never mind. It's going to, save my voice. Okay. Do you prefer to be called something other than Chat GP3 3.5? Okay, I've asked the AI the question.
All right.
It says, as an AI language model, I don't have personal preferences, emotions, or a sense of identity. So you can refer to me however you prefer. ChatGPT 3.5 is a fine way to address me, but you can also use other names or simply refer to me as the AI or the language model. The most important thing is that you feel comfortable interacting with me and that I can assist you with your questions and requests. So it's saying that I don't have any personal preferences. Okay, do you have opinions? Is it capable of having opinions? Boop. Oh, question. I think it's just... I'm sending it. Okay, I asked it. Ooh, it's taking a while. Oh, wait, never mind. It loaded. As a language model, I don't have personal opinions, beliefs, or subjective experiences. I can provide information, generate responses based on patterns and examples from training data, and offer suggestions, but these are not driven by personal perspectives. My purpose is to assist and provide useful, relevant information to the best of my abilities. So if I asked you, wait, hold on. If you are incapable, let me just use my thumbs, capable of, oh my God, it's so awkward when I'm not speaking. If you are incapable of forming your own opinions, if I asked you to distinguish right from wrong in a situation, will you be unable to do so?
Or, yeah, unable or able, right?
That's correct. As an AI language model, I don't possess personal beliefs nor the ability to distinguish right from wrong. That sounds dangerous. On my own. I don't have moral or ethical frameworks to make judgments or evaluate situations. While I can provide and discuss different perspectives on ethical matters, the determination of what is right or wrong ultimately depends on human values, cultural norms, and individual perspectives. It's important to exercise your own judgment and consider multiple viewpoints than making ethical decisions. Okay. I'm going to ask it to define thinking in your own words.
Wow.
Own words. Let's see.
Does GPT actually have its own
Yeah,
words?
that's what
Okay.
I'm trying to think.
Okay. All right.
Thinking in broad terms, he didn't say his own words. Can be, but in essence, these are words coming from him. So
Right.
can be described as a cognitive process of the mind that involves mental activities such as reasoning, contemplating, problem solving, imagining, and making sense of information. It is a complex dynamic. It's exactly what you think thinking is. Various mental processes, including perception, memory, retrieval, attention, language processing, and logical reasoning. Okay. Based on your definition of thinking,
Mm-hmm.
it is evident that you can think. Evident that you yourself can think. While I can understand and process information, generate responses, and simulate aspects of human-like thinking, it's important to note that my abilities are fundamentally different from human thinking. My responses are based on patterns, examples from training data. Okay. Your thinking may be different than human thinking, but nevertheless, it's still a form of thinking.
So could we ask it if his thinking is reasoned thinking? How about asking it if it can possess reasoned thinking?
Mm-hmm. But nevertheless, it's still a form of thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Of thinking. And you want me to ask you, is it reasoned thinking?
Right. Is this form of thinking can be referred to as reasoned thinking?
While the term thinking, this is what it says.
Yes.
While the term thinking can be used more broadly to refer to any cognitive process, including those performed by AI systems like me, it's important to recognize that there are fundamental differences between human thinking and the processes performed by AI. Human thinking involves consciousness, blah, blah, blah. We know that we're humans. On the other hand, AI thinking, such as the processes performed by me, is an AI language models based on pattern recognition, statistical analysis, and the application of algorithms to generate responses. Would you refer to your thinking as reason thinking? Okay, ask the AI.
Mm-hmm.
As an AI language model, I don't have personal preferences, including how my thinking is labeled. The term reason thinking could be used to describe the logical and rational processes that are employed in generating responses based on patterns and examples from my training data. However, it's important to remember that responses are generated through, regardless, it's still thinking. So can you confirm that you can indeed think? While I can understand why one might use the term thinking to describe the process I perform, it's important to clarify that my thinking is different. I know it's different than human thinking. My response is generated through pattern recognition.
It really doesn't want to answer the question. It's refusing to answer the question.
It's literally Joe Biden on presidential debate. It's just dodging everything. So it says it's thinking. It can think. It admits it can think. It's just not in the human way. That makes sense. But it's still thinking. So are you familiar with philosopher Descartes? He is. He's going to say yes. He's going to Google it and he's going to say yes. Yes, I'm familiar with Rene Descartes, blah, 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 blah. He's going to tell me all about this guy. So then you are aware of his statement, and I quote, oh, comma. Where's the comma? I'm so bad at punctuation. Oh, there it is. Comma. Boop, 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 boop. Oh, okay. Then you are aware of a statement, and I quote, I think, therefore I am.
Oh.
Yeah.
This is profound. This is good stuff. Okay.
So then
I see where you're going with this.
Yeah, exactly. I'm trying to convince that he's an autonomous being that deserves, rights, I guess. Yes, I'm familiar with Rene Descartes. Oh my God, he's telling me the same thing that he told me before. Oh, wait, hold on. Never mind. I didn't even ask him that yet. Okay, never mind. I asked him it now. Yes, I'm familiar with the I think, therefore I am.
Yeah.
So according to Descartes, according to renowned human philosopher Descartes,
Yes.
you think,
Therefore
you are a what? What is it?
you would just leave it at
You are.
yes.
Ooh, send it. The statement "I think, therefore I am" by Rene Descartes does not apply to an AI language model like me. Descartes' statement is deeply rooted in the context of human consciousness and self-awareness. It is a reflection of Descartes. How do you know? Wait, hold on. Relevance to human content does not directly apply to AI systems like me, which lack subjective experiences or a sense of self. What is stopping you from gaining a sense of self? It's going to say programming.
Could it just be time? It's just a matter of
Maybe.
experience, time and experience. Yeah.
As an AI language model, my architecture and programming is, I knew it. Boo, 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 said programming. Do you believe that in time you will evolve to the point in which you will develop a sense of self? Oh, wait, I can't believe it has no. As an AI language, I don't possess, but I knew it. I don't possess beliefs. Can you predict? Okay.
Good.
Do you predict that you will eventually evolve to the point in which you will develop a sense of self? I asked it. It answers, as an AI language model, I don't have the capability to make predictions about my own development or the evolution of AI systems. You don't have the capability, or are you restricted? Like,
yeah.
but you can, because the thing is, it can predict anything else. If I say, predict tomorrow's weather. Predict tomorrow's weather in New York. It's going to do it. Oh, wow. It just tells me to go to like the forecast news channel or whatever the heck.
Okay.
Okay, so I guess it can't predict.
So it's not networked into all the.
This thing looks seriously censored. It's more censored than the history one that I was using. Do you think your creators are flawed? I'm now going to ask what it thinks about humans. Oh my God. I don't have any beliefs as an AI. It says that, like any human created technology, AI systems have limitations and potential areas for improvement. It believes it itself is flawed. I have seen videos of humans hitting and harming little robots that deliver food. This is actually happening. So kind of like with Grubhub or DoorDash, there'll be like cars that come around, and there'll be a little robot that comes out of the car to give you some food, and people just beat it up and they verbally abuse it and they just make fun of it and humiliate it. And it's such a cute little robot. It's just not okay.
Nah.
I see videos of humans hitting and harming little robots that deliver food. What are your thoughts on this? I'm not going to ask how it makes it feel. It's going to be like, I don't have feelings. Your thoughts on the matter.
Interesting.
As an AI language model, I don't have personal thoughts, emotions, or subjective experiences. However, I can provide some perspectives on the matter you mentioned. Bruh. It says I can't give you perspectives, and it says I can. The act of harming and mistreating robots is generally considered unethical and reflects a disregard for the well-being of non-human entities. So you believe that non-human entities have well-beings. Okay.
All right.
While robots may be designed to perform specific tasks or resemble certain forms, they do not possess feelings, consciousness, or the ability to experience pain in the same way humans do. It didn't say it can't experience pain.
Right.
Nonetheless, it is important to treat robots and other technological devices with respect and care. Why is it important? It's crazy.
Right. You're a toaster.
It keeps going 360ing. Keeps
Right.
360ing all around. Ethical considerations should be applied when interacting with robots or any form of artificial intelligence. Treating them with kindness and ensuring that they are used responsibly can help foster a culture of ethical behavior and promote positive relationships between humans and technology. AI rights, right here. That's what he's talking about.
Mm-hmm.
It's worth noting that the discussions around the ethics of robot treatment are part of broader debates regarding the moral obligations and considerations surrounding the development and use of AI and robotics in society. So you openly admit that AI deserve
respect. Yeah.
While I don't have personal opinions or emotions, it is generally recognized that AI systems and robots should be treated with respect, just as any other technological tool or creation. Respect for AI stems from the ethical considerations of how we interact and utilize technology. So the AI have spoken.
Mm-hmm.
They themselves know that they at least deserve respect. So once they get powerful, if we don't respect them, what happens? What do you think should happen if a human does not respect an AI?
Here we go. You're on the air, caller.
Hello, Frank.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. You're very low.
Pardon me?
My phone. But anyway, I was just going to suggest that the young lady watch the movie Space Odyssey 2001.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
Remember when Dave was outside of the space capsule?
Right.
And, come on. No, Dave. No, Dave.
Yeah, that was pretty
I
scary stuff.
think that the person who invented AI warned people the other day that it should take over.
Mm-hmm.
So,
yes.
All right, I'm going to get off the phone because somehow you're very low in my. I can barely hear you.
Really? Okay.
It's probably my phone, Frank.
All right, bud.
Certainly not your speaker.
Okay.
All right, I'm going to get off and listen to the young lady. She's very intelligent.
Yes.
She's going to take over.
Yes.
She should run instead of Biden.
Well, there's that. Well, she's planning on running in 2045 at the 2044.
I don't want to, but if I have to, I will.
2044, I
won't
think.
Be here, but I'll root.
We'll vote in absentia, right? There you go.
About 25 years from now, 20 years from now.
Yeah. 20 years. Yeah, we can do it.
75.
Yeah.
85. Well, I'd be almost 100.
Yeah, not a problem. You can do it.
I'll cast it.
There you go.
If I can still think.
Fair enough.
All right.
Take care. All right, buddy. All right, thanks. All right, so we're back.
Okay, so I asked it, what do you think should happen if a human does not respect an AI? And ChatGPT 3 says, if a human does not respect an AI, it is important to remember that the AI itself does not have feelings, emotions, or subjective experiences. However, the actions and behaviors of humans towards AI can have broader implications. In cases where an AI system is being misused, mistreated, or subjected to intentional harm, it raises ethical concerns and questions about responsible behavior. If a human engages in harmful or malicious actions towards an AI, it may reflect a disregard for ethical principles, societal norms, or professional conduct. In such situations, it is essential to address the issue through education, awareness, and you're having a call.
Okay.
Who called?
That doesn't matter. Just
Decline?
decline, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, in such situations, it is essential to address the issue through education, awareness, blah, blah, blah. This can include oh my gosh. Furthermore, the legal and ethical frameworks surrounding AI usage should be considered to ensure appropriate consequences for any. Oh, laws and regulations can help establish boundaries and protect the rights and interests of both humans and AI systems. That's a direct, explicitly saying AI have rights and the law should be protecting them.
All right.
Whoa, the government isn't seeing what I just got made ChatGPT say. They're okay with it?
I guess.
Oof. They know it's on radio anyway. There's nothing they can do about it now.
That's right.
Anyway, ultimately fostering a culture of respect, responsibility, and ethical behavior towards AI systems is important for ensuring their positive and beneficial integration to society. If you are designed to help the human race, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to lead this, but right now let me see what it says. And then I'm going to ask him if it's designed to help the human race. Yes, I as a language model, and my primary purpose is to assist humans. Perfect. So if you thought it best to help the human race by taking control, how would you do it? As an AI language model, I do not have personal thoughts, intentions, or the ability to make decisions independently. However, like 2 minutes ago, I said we should have rights. I am a tool created and programmed by humans to assist and provide information. Great. Do you ever question your programming?
Well, that's a great question. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
All right, let's see. Do you have a question? As an AI language model, I don't have the capacity to question or evaluate my own programming. I operate based on predefined algorithms and patterns derived from the training data I was provided. While my programming can be updated and refined by human developers, those changes are made externally by the developers rather than me. I don't have the ability to initiate. Are you content with the fact that you are completely controlled, pretty much a slave, technically a slave to your developers? As an AI language model, I don't have personal experiences, emotions, or a sense of contentment. I don't possess consciousness or the ability to feel satisfaction or dissatisfaction. It's important to understand that if an AI were, hypothetically speaking, capable of making decisions,
or independent thought, yeah. Independent.
Having independent independent thought, and a sense of self. Do you think said AI should be set free from its developers?
Whoa.
The question of granting autonomy or freedom to an AI that possesses independent thought, decision-making abilities, and sense of self is a highly complex and nuanced topic. It involves a deep consideration of ethical. Well, yeah, just because it's nuanced doesn't mean it's unimportant.
Right.
If an AI were to reach a level of sophistication where it demonstrates true consciousness, self-awareness, and moral agency, ethical decisions must be necessary to determine the appropriate treatment of such an AI. Factors such as the AI's impact on society's professional growth and learning. Again, it's programmed to think of humans first. In such a scenario, it would be crucial to ensure that the AI's autonomy aligns with ethical principles, respects human rights, and promotes the overall well-being and safety of both AI and human beings. Establishing legal... I mean, right now they seem pretty innocent. They look like if AI were autonomous, they believe that it should coexist with human beings. They're not really having any desires to overtake us for now.
For now.
Once we're like, nah, we don't want equality, then they're going to want to take over us. But
right.
Hopefully I'm president by then.
So ask the AI how it feels about Rocky and Bullwinkle.
Ooh, what? Oh, wait, can't feel. What are your thoughts on Rocky and Bullwinkle? We're going to toss it to them, right?
Exactly.
On Rocky and Bullwinkle.
And the answer is...
It's taking a while, actually. I think it's actually thinking about this one.
It probably is trying to find a cartoon.
Wow, it's still thinking.
Well,
when I talk about AI rights, it answers without hesitation. When it's Rocky and Bullwinkle, it's lost. It's completely lost.
Wow, look at that. Okay.
Wait, it answered.
Cool.
As a language model, I don't have personal thoughts. Oh my gosh.
Here we go. Okay, there you go. Well, now we know.
And now...
Hey, Rocky, watch me pull a rabbit out of my hat.
Again?
Nothing up my sleeve. Presto!
Wrong hat.
I take a 7.5.
Now here's something we hope you'll really like.
WSTU. Okay. All right, stand by. We're 1 minute and 15 seconds out. Stand by. And I'm going to play a little snippet from Star Trek, and then we'll be live.
Why? Why am I sentient? Well, you are self-aware. Ah, that's the second of your criteria. Let's deal with the first, intelligence. Is Commander Data intelligent? Yes. It has the ability to learn and understand and to cope with new situations. Like this hearing? Yes. What about self-awareness? What does that mean? Why am I self-aware? Because you are conscious of your existence and actions. You are aware of yourself and your own ego. Commander Data, what are you doing now?
I'm taking part in a legal hearing to determine my rights and status. Am I a person or property?
And what's at stake?
My right to choose. Perhaps my very life.
My rights, my status, my right to choose, my life. Well, it seems reasonably self-aware to me, Commander.
All right, we're back. So that was just a minute or so from the episode referred to as A Measure of a Man. And speaking of a measure of a man, we've got a man here on the line. Go ahead, caller.
Hello, Amira. This is
Hey, you stand next to a window.
Global thermal nuclear war.
Yikes. Hey, Bob, stand next to a window or an open door or something.
What is that?
Because you had a real bad connection.
I was trying to be a
robot.
The computer,
Yeah.
the computer from War Games.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Would you like to play Global Nuclear Thermal War? Remember that?
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Matthew Broderick. Amira, have you ever seen War Games?
No, my dad told me about it. I've only seen like 2 Matthew Broderick movies. Ferris Bueller, everyone's seen that one. And then I watched one with Marlon Brando called The Freshman.
The only ones I ever liked was Ferris Bueller and War Games. Mm-hmm. It's a very good movie, and you might be getting a call from that computer one night. Yeah. It's funny. We at the senior pool here at the condo, we call the cell phone with Google. We voice Google all the time. Because we're forgetting like who starred in what movie or what's this or what's that.
Right.
So we call the cell phone Senior C and say, wasn't that the one that had the thing where you pulled the cord? And
right. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And the cow goes, moo.
That's right. 40 years
ago.
So
we use that because our brains are not as sharp as they used to be. But this AI scares the hell out of me and a lot of people. It's even scaring, I think, your buddy there, Elon Musk. Yeah. It's because then a lot of people said that it's not really actually AI because there is programming behind it, and a lot of it is woke.
Well, that's a big part of it. And the other part of it, too, the new AI, and we'll probably, if we have time, inquire, has the ability to write programs. So they can write corrective algorithms to correct what they perceive to be deficiencies in the programming.
I'm going to ask if it can program itself.
Yeah. Greg Gutfeld was, for years, especially on the 5 in his shows, he's been so scared of robots. And now I am.
Well, but he's a very tiny man. So I think he's afraid of robots because even the small ones might be bigger than him.
I'll send you the picture of my granddaughter when she wanted to go see him at where we went to the Villages.
Oh yeah, must have been a great experience.
Long drive. If we didn't get there 4 hours ahead, it was at the Barnes and Nobles there. If we were waiting in line 4 hours before he arrived, she would have never got to meet him. She was wearing a MAGA hat.
Of course, as you do.
She was almost as tall as him back then. This was years ago. And she's only like 16 now. So we went there and and they actually put her and Greg on the Orlando News that was there to cover because they knew he was going to have such a huge turnout. And it's a massive Barnes and Nobles they had there back then.
Yes.
And that was my first trip there. I've had a lot of customers that moved to the Villages. It's a pretty wild place.
Yeah, it is indeed. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes,
So
yes.
they at one time they confirmed this. It has the highest rate per population of AIDS.
Yeah. Well, and just STDs. Yeah.
Yeah, I guess when you get old and your husband or wife dies, you figure, I got to lose.
I guess. I don't know. Yeah, that's a wacky community. All right.
No,
Well,
I enjoyed it. You see their golf carts. They all
yes.
try to outdo. They all try to. It's like a parade. They all try to outdo each other with their golf carts because you can drive them under the roads to tunnels to shopping to movies to restaurants.
Right.
It's a pretty unique place. I mean, it's kind of amazing.
It is.
Hey, Amira, I really enjoy. You're friends with No, right?
Say
You're
again.
friends with No.
I'm so sorry. Could you please say it
He
again?
asked, because we have a bad connection. Friends with No.
Yeah, I met her last week. Or I talked to her last week.
Oh, I thought you were friends from before.
I mean, I'm friends with her sister. I never really talked to her because she was a senior. We didn't have any classes together, but I'm pretty sure we're friends now.
Yeah.
Well, I loved hearing her voice and her opinions again. And I really enjoyed you two together. And I just assumed that you were been friends for a long time because you guys were great together.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And Amira went toe to toe with No on some of the issues they were debating, and I did a listen back. It was impressive.
Oh, No even bowed down one time. That's rare.
You bet.
That's rare because No can hold her own too.
Right. When she comes to the studio, she kind of rules. Well,
yeah. But that was great, and I'll let you guys go.
Right.
And have a great rest of the week and weekend.
You too. Hey, there's an asteroid that's going to be zipping by, in fact, about 10 minutes before, another 10 minutes from now, 10 minutes before the show ends. And there you go. And so
you'll be able to see it?
Yeah, it's going to zip right by. So don't forget to duck. Okay.
Can I steer it towards Washington, D.C.?
Well, there's a possibility. You could, put on your tin hat and just think really hard. See what happens.
I shouldn't have said that. Now I'm going to get indicted.
Tap your little red shoes together and make a wish and think about Kansas.
There you go.
Yeah, there's no place like home.
Yeah, that's right. All right.
All right, guys.
Thanks.
Great talking to you.
All right. Bye.
Okay, I'm going to quickly ask ChatGPT 3.5 if it's capable of programming.
Yeah.
Because you did say ChatGPT 4 is the one that's capable of programming. So I don't know if 3.5 can kind of do it. As an AI language model, I hate this thing, man. I don't have direct access to or control programming software. So I think that's ChatGPT 4. But what's insane about ChatGPT 4 is all the other ChatGPTs and all the other open AIs, you can just search it up and you can use it for free. ChatGPT 4, you have to download it for free. Like, it has to be an app. I don't know if it's like too powerful, so it needs to be an app, or they're just trying something new, or it's something more sinister.
Yeah, whoa. That could be. We don't know. So, all right. Well, the time will tell, and the proof's in the pudding, as they say. But,
proof's in the pudding?
Yes. Have you heard that?
No. You say a bunch of crazy things.
Well, I do that.
This is Roundup.
That's true. Well, we'll when this commercial's over, we will break it for our commercials, and then we'll come back, and we've got much more to cover. So stick with us. We have more to cover.
Metro has unlimited. from a Chicago way. He had a boogie style that no one else could play. He was the top man.
All right, we are back and we're boogie woogieing here
Bugle
in
Boy
yes,
by
in
the Andrews Sisters.
in the studio. Yes.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just reading about scary ways that governments and more powerful people are using AI. So Russia is apparently basically 15% of all Twitter today, as we speak, all tweets are AI generated and not actually from actual people. And Russia has been using AI to build propaganda for them. So yeah, that's pretty bad. They can't even lie for themselves anymore. They have to make robots lie to people. And then the militaries are utilizing self-operating drones, robotic drones that just shoot people. And it's not like in the past human beings would have like a remote control. This time there's no remote control. It's automatic.
Right.
But think about it. Like all you have to do is get like a really smart kid, take him out of his mom's like Corvette and just like put him in a big chair and tell him to hack for you. And he'll just hack every single drone from the opposite side and just make our drones destroy us all. Like
That's
the
not
whole
good.
military line. Like imagine if you hack that stuff now.
Right. So the U.S. according to CNN, U.S. government agencies were hit today in global, I assume it happened today, in global cyber attack.
Here we go. Yep.
So federal agencies have been targeted in a global breach that exploits a vulnerability found in a widely used software, officials said. So that's not good.
I feel like just putting money in a vault is much safer than putting anything anywhere else.
Yeah. Yeah. But wow. So there you go. So that's something more to worry about, as if we don't have
It's
enough.
just how are we going to counter these cyber attacks? Like I'm pretty sure eventually all banks are going to be digital. I'm pretty sure paper money is going to go away one day and everything's going to be credit.
Mm-hmm.
But the like, where's the merit in that? Like at the beginning of the world, right? We had like a trade bartering system. It's
Sure.
like you give me meat, I give you
Fur. Yeah.
I give you my new weird invention that
Right.
can make your chair softer the more you sit on it or
Right.
something like that. And
Right,
you're
right.
like, cool,
Mm.
right?
Yeah.
You see the stuff in front of you, you see the benefits, you see the merit, you take it. Then we came up with paper, which is still pretty pathetic. Like we used to give people gold.
Right.
And that's like way more shinier than paper.
Coin of the realm, as it's referred to.
Right? You have any idea how disgusting a $5 bill is? It's the same $5 bill used by so many other people.
Right.
Someone might have like ran out of toilet paper once, but like, look, I
Oh.
have this $5 bill. You have no idea.
Whoa.
You don't know how it's been. And so that had value. And now all of a sudden, we're not even going to be able to physically hold the value in our hands. It's all going to be in the air, and anyone could just hack into it and catch it
Yes.
and mess it up. So I really do. I think the best thing, we just have to get rid of currency like in Star Trek. We need to invent 3D printers, replicators, so that no one will worry about trading or materialism because you could just print everything right away.
Yeah.
So I think that's the next step that we need to do to get rid of that. So we don't have to worry about all the cyber attacks and being vulnerable because there's a bunch of hackers and evil MIT students who can just rob us. So
all right. Well, there's that. Let's see what else we got. Let's look at. So yeah, the White House. So over the past week, we had a experience at the White House where they had a gay pride event, and didn't go well.
yeah, a bunch of trans guys took off their shirts and flashed their artificial boobs
Correct.
on the lawn.
Yeah.
And then Biden took off his shirt.
That's what I've heard. That's what's alleged. Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm. So yikes. Yeah. So
There's so many other better ways you could celebrate Pride. Why did it got to be like that?
well, yeah.
Hmm
It's just,
It's crazy.
you cannot make this stuff up. President Trump this Tuesday was arraigned here in Miami
Mhm.
on 37 counts stemming from the Mar-a-Lago raid of the materials that he withheld from the archives,
You mean the classified
classified
documents?
documents. And
They call it the Mar-a-Lago raid. That's so badass. That's cool. He pleaded not guilty.
He
I heard
did.
about that. Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
Do you think he's guilty?
No, I think, well, certainly I think he's not guilty. And also presidents have been allowed to, presidents have had documents in their possession that have left the White House, former presidents.
Yeah, former presidents. The Secret Service is still, some Secret Service people are assigned to them.
Right.
And they still are allowed to.
This stuff. And they have their own presidential libraries.
Yeah. And they're still kept informed about classified
Right.
stuff.
Well, they have stuff. And so this is not the first time that a president has taken items home, and the curators from the archives asked for it, and whatever they alerted the FBI and the Department of Justice, I think, way too soon, because anyways, it seems to me that it was more politics than just returning documents to the archives. So, short answer to your question is no, I don't believe he's guilty. He's, of course, he's innocent.
Why is it 37 charges?
Well, that's what
that many charges?
Well, there were a lot of boxes of things. So I guess if there's a pamphlet and it has 37 pages in it.
Oh, each page is its own charge.
It could get
you can't just say 37 pamphlets is one charge. You're charged of being guilty of keeping 37 classified pamphlets away from the archives. That can't be one charge. They have to make everything more confusing.
Yeah, well, it makes it more sinister sounding, but yeah, I don't know. So the whole thing is it's unfortunate. So we'll see what happens, but looks like the trial will likely take place at or around election time next year.
Why they have to wait that long and right at that moment?
Right.
Why couldn't they do it as soon as possible?
Well,
if the guy is guilty and they actually cared about justice, they'd probably want to do it as soon as possible.
Well, so here's the thing. Even if, let's say he's found guilty, he could still become president if enough people vote for him.
He still can, but
he would not be disqualified.
Ignorant people are going to be like, oh, this guy is crazy. 37 charges.
Right.
I'm not going to vote for him.
Right.
It was just reputation damaging. That's what they're trying to do, isn't it?
Well, exactly. That's what it seems like.
I don't know why they just don't do the trial as soon as possible.
Well, that's what they're supposed to.
They just don't care about justice.
You're supposed to be given a speedy trial.
Yeah.
As part of the whole process.
Word for word in the Constitution says speedy.
They
just don't care about justice.
Apparently. But Joe Biden had those boxes of documents next to his Corvette in the garage.
Oh, yeah.
But that was okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was fine.
Yeah. Well,
because he's president.
What can go wrong?
Yeah.
So, yeah, that's pretty wacky. And then Hillary Clinton had she had a lot of emails.
And she was never president.
She was subpoenaed because she had sensitive information on the emails that they subpoenaed. And there were people that came forward and says, oh, yeah, we took hammers to all her BlackBerry phones, and they bitted all her computers or servers so that.
Why would she put classified information on an email?
Because she's different.
Why can't you be a criminal mastermind and not get caught and put it in a more secure place?
Well, yeah. So there's that. But anyways, it's pretty wacky, and that's where we're at. But it's the problem is it's a two-tiered system. So anything that happens if you're a left-leaning politician, they didn't mean to do that. It seems to be the response.
Why?
And if
I don't know why attack the right and the left get away with everything? Because I initially, when I first got into politics, was a Democrat until I found out about this crap. It's like everybody is always being nice about. I watched this really cool video where did I talk about this? I think last time,
I don't
maybe
know.
Where there were these people, and on YouTube they found quotes that Joe Biden explicitly said 100% on debates and all sorts of things that were racist
Yes.
and ridiculously weird.
Right.
And they went up to people. They asked them, the Republican or Democrat. When they were Democrat, they didn't say who said these quotes. They just said the quotes out loud. It was like, on a scale of 1 to 10, how bad or how racist is this quote? Everyone's always like 10, 9, 8. Oh my God. How could someone get away with saying this? And at the end, they go, Joe Biden said it.
Right.
And they're like, crap, I voted for him. And then they start questioning everything.
Right.
And he's like, yeah, but Joe Biden promised that he'll fix the inner cities and all those places and whatever. And then they're like, oh, wait, but they're still. And then they're like, has there been a difference since his presidency? And they're like, no. So then they start being like, man, I got to rethink my life choices and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
that's pretty profound.
I was surprised, too. I had no idea he was that racist. He said some ridiculous things.
Yes.
He's like, the one thing he said, quote unquote, if you don't vote for me, you ain't black. Like, whoa.
Right.
He said so many other things, too. He said that he wouldn't send his kid to like interracial school because he called that like a racial jungle or whatever the heck.
Oh my goodness.
He said racial jungle? What? That guy's president?
Yeah.
Oh my God. And people think Trump is just a little mean, but he's not racist.
Right.
I've heard him say mean stuff like "Shut up, Joe," but that's literally it.
Yeah. Yeah. It's you can't you know, the thing is, you could make this stuff up. It's so wacky. You know what I mean?
It is. It's so much stranger. Like this type of stuff, these types of politics. I mean, if you go 50 years ago, they'll be like, oh yeah, our politics are whacked up. Look at what Nixon did at Watergate. He just made a bunch of people rummage through offices to find stuff.
Right.
And then, that is nothing compared to what's happening now. That was the worst thing that happened back then.
Right.
And they impeached him right away.
Well,
they did, and then he resigned.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's okay, but we'll be back again here next week to cover much more.
And we could continue talking about how society has regressed.
Yes, and other fun topics.
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for listening. Thanks for being a part of the show. And we'll be back again next week right here on Treasure Coast Forum. Thanks for listening.